Senator, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself? How you doing?
Good, good. Senator, let's start first with the congressional race between your son, Councilman Eric Dilan, and Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez. What do you think about the result, and what do you think at the end of the day? Why did Councilman
Well,
Dilan not get the victory?
well, first of all, the decision to run for the 7th congressional was Eric's decision and Eric's decision alone. It's a decision he made, and once he made it, as my son, I fully backed him for the position. And at the end of the day, Eric wound up with 37% of the vote when all the votes were counted and all the paper ballots. And I think for a young man in his middle 30s, I think it's an impressive result in view of the fact that he ran against a 20-year incumbent who only garnered 57% of the vote after being in office for 20 years and also spending nearly $800,000. Eric spent about $200,000 versus her $8,000, and I think money really made the difference in that race. And Eric's a young man, and I think he has a future, and I believe that he'll be around for quite a long time.
Senator, you had a fundraiser last night, a notable guest there, and you received an endorsement. You want to talk about that?
Yes, we had a pretty impressive outing yesterday, our fundraiser, and we had a special guest. His name is Hakeem Jeffries, and he spoke, and while he was there, he endorsed myself and Assemblyman Rafael Espinal. So it was really nice.
Senator, what do you think of the money race? I mean, are you concerned with Otano's filings or in your own filings? How you doing as far as raising money?
Well, I mean, we're over $100,000. I believe we did quite well last night. Those will be posted very soon. In terms of him raising money, he showed 30,000, I believe, in his last filing. I know that he had a recent fundraiser, and you know what? It's not about his money or anything. It's the fact is that he is running, and anyone that runs against me in a primary or a general election, I take very serious. So we're going to run a race to really win and hopefully show impressive numbers. And I wish him well in his future.
Senator, what do you think of this back and forth, that's been written about, that's been talked about between Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez and Kings County Democratic Party leader Vito Lopez? Is this ever going to end? Because the word is that this is a Nydia Velázquez back slate against anybody who has close ties or is aligned with the Brooklyn Democratic Party leader.
Well, apparently she is backing a slate against everyone in the 54th Assembly District that's on the Dilan, Espinal Melendez team. They have a candidate against her. And if she wants to have a battle with the county leader, she should take them heads on. She failed to do that. They had an opportunity to run candidates in the 53rd against the Assemblyman and challenge his leadership, but they failed to do that. So what is she saying? That I'm going to go after his surrogates and she believes we're the weak links? We're not. We expect to win every single position on September 13th. Myself, Martin Malavi Dilan as state senator, Rafael Espinal, Eric Dilan again for district leader, and a new person that's involved with us from Bushwick, Paula A. Melendez, who's running for female district leader. I think that on the 13th we'll be victorious. We're out there working. And if she has a battle with Mr. Lopez, I think that if she wants to be the new leader, she should take him heads on, and she failed to do that.
Senator, what do you make of things in Albany with the possibility of retaking control of the Senate? But you guys have a problem up there within your own caucus, the independent caucus. Now there are rumors circulating that John Sampson may be on the way out. True, false? What's going on up there?
Well, the first part of your question with respect to taking over the Senate, I believe that the Democrats have an opportunity again this time around, especially that it's an election year for president where more Democrats in the state come out and vote. So I believe with respect to electing more Democrats to the state Senate, yes, I believe we will do that. Am I concerned about the independent Democratic caucus and their leader, Mr. Jeff Klein? Very concerned. I think that would be the only hindrance that we would have with respect to gaining the majority. And it boils down to that Mr. Klein wants to be the leader, and if he can't be the leader, he takes his ball and plays at another court. I called them last year. They played with the Republicans, and I think that the people should take him to task, and that they should also be scrutinized. They're elected as Democrats, they run as Democrats, and then they go to Albany and play with Republicans, which I think is totally unfair. And, you know, I also have to indicate there's a person by the name of Carl Colucci who was elected as a freshman senator 2 years ago. The Democratic Conference raised $750,000 for him. He never sat 1 second with the Democratic caucus, and I think that that is wrong, and it's fooling the voters of his district and all those contributors that contributed money for him not to sit 1 second with us. But the independent caucus is a definite concern. I believe that once we win the majority, we will have to sit down and talk to them, but under no circumstances can I see Jeff Klein as being our leader. With respect to Mr. Sampson, everything you hear is news stories and news reports. I've had no member of my conference indicate to me that they want to oust Leader Sampson. If there's anything that's going to happen, there'll be a discussion amongst those new members to get elected, and at that time we'll make a decision who our leader will be. But hopefully the majority leader will be a Democrat.
Senator, what do you make of a few of your colleagues who are aspiring to different office? I mean, you have State Senator Daniel Squadron, who's eyeing a run for public advocate, I believe. Senator Eric Adams, who's looking at the Brooklyn Borough President seat. Senator Jose Peralta, who's thinking about Queensboro president. And again, State Senator Adriano Espaillat just threw his hat in for Congress. So what do you make of your colleagues jumping ship, so to speak?
Well, I mean, I don't see it as jumping ships. I see it as opportunities, for example, that are happening. It happens that the borough president of Brooklyn is term limited. The same thing is occurring in Queens with respect to public advocate. I believe the current public advocate is running for mayor. Well, those are all openings that are occurring, and notwithstanding anything, whoever replaces Jose Peralta when he becomes borough president, Eric Adams or Mr. Squadron, or even Mr.